Drama that began in Ottawa but has since landed in the Northwest as the fallout from Senator Lynn Beyak's dismissal from the Conservative caucus reached an unusual place, the council chambers in Dryden. Recently, councillors discussed comments made in the media by one of its members. Adam Riley reports.
I think Dryden has got a black eye now.
Unusual words for a council meeting in Dryden, but that was the case Monday night as members discussed a controversy involving one of their own. Last week, when embattled Senator Lynn Beyak was expelled from the Conservative caucus over a refusal to remove several racist posts from her Senate webpage, her son, Councillor Nick Beyak, defended her in national media, unleashing a tsunami of online vitriol aimed at not just the senator and the councillor, but also upon the city.
I was speaking as the son of Senator Beyak and not a councillor of the city of Dryden. And if people want to take that to these views are indicative of what the council of the city of Dryden thinks, you know, I can't control that. I said what I believe is right, and I would say it again tomorrow.
Several councillors offered their thoughts on the situation. Roger Valley made it clear he disagrees with Beyak's views, but instead of challenging him, opted to provide advice about public life, saying you can never step away from your councillor hat.
But we cannot think that we can just go make comments that won't be attributed to us personally, to the city of Dryden. And in all my time in public life, especially when I served the city of Dryden, what I don't boast is I never hurt the city.
Beyak's biggest opposition came from Councillor Mary Trist, who over the weekend tweeted, "As a Dryden resident, educator, and city councillor, I do not condone the comments made by Senator Beyak or her son regarding residential schools. Their words have no place in 21st century Canada. Hashtag not speaking for this Canadian."
I guess my concern too was that I noticed there were a number of people online and social media questioning whether the city and city council, I should say, felt that way. And I felt it was important that I said, no, I don't.
In addition to being a councillor, Beyak also owns a pair of businesses in the Northwest, Sunset Ford in Fort Francis and Dryden GM. Online, there have been calls by some to boycott those businesses. Beyak says he has no concerns about a boycott, considering the initial comments were made in March of last year and no detrimental effects were felt, calling 2017 one of their best years ever for both locations.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Senator Beyak stood up and made some of those comments, and we had that kind of support because people are inspired and are proud by someone willing to stand up and say what's on their mind and some things that need to be said.
In a release issued Wednesday, Mayor Greg Wilson reaffirmed Dryden's commitment to inclusiveness in the city and says the range of diversity in the city, like many communities in northwestern Ontario, shapes their local culture, how they are viewed nationwide, and is to be celebrated. Adam Riley, TVT
But today,
News.
CBC's Jorge Barrera spoke to Nick Beyak, Lynn Beyak's son, who is a city councillor for the city of Dryden, Ontario. Here's part of what he said.
It's a default to marginalize someone, to call them a racist, so everyone thinks they're a racist, when the last thing she is a racist. And anyone that knows her knows that, and if you saw her life experience would be very well aware of that. Going back to her original comments in March, how can you say that nurses and priests were bad people and did no good at those schools? How can a logical person say that and call the person who says that a racist?
And the issue now is about these letters that she posted from the Canadian public. What do you think of that? What do you think of her posting these letters?
Well, I think those are comments from Canadians, and whether Andrew Scheer likes it or not, Senator Beyak represents Canadians. And she put them on her website to show that there was support. Contrary to what the media was saying, there was support, and that's what those letters showed. You know, for the leader of the opposition to want to stifle comments from Canadians is not a good strategy for election.
Nick Beyak is the son of Senator Lynn Beyak. He was speaking to the CBC's Jorge Barrera earlier today.